Good evening, everyone. It's Clarissa here, creator of She Rocks at College and Study School. And tonight, the sole reason why I'm hosting this Facebook Live is because my inbox is literally inundated with questions about study school. Who should enroll? Who shouldn't enroll? Are there payment plan options? Who is this right for? What's this study society? What's study school honor society? All of those types of questions I'm answering right now so that you have all of the information that you need to be able to make an educated decision on whether or not study school is right for you, whether or not it's the right time for you to join, whether or not this is something that's actually going to help you. So if you're here because you have specific questions about study school and how it's going to help you and you don't know if you should enroll, in the comment section, make sure that you ask them. I'm going to be going through some of the frequently asked questions that I've been getting in my inbox since I launched study school on Monday. So the first thing that people have been saying, which I think is super funny, and it's, I think it's a valid question, and that is, do I really need to join study school? Can't I just find all of this study information on YouTube or on the internet? And my answer to this question is, the beautiful thing about the time that we're living in, with everything that is going on in the world, the one thing that I feel super blessed about is that anything that you want to learn is available on the internet. Literally, there was an issue with my car the other day. Elvis looked up a video online, was able to fix it like that. I learned how to do makeup, watching YouTube videos. Anything that I want to learn now, I do a quick Google search, a book on Amazon. All of the information about being a successful student is out there. The problem is that it's out there, but it's out there in chunks. It's out there in different sources. It's out there and maybe it's just concept and there's no real application of it. It's out there and maybe it's not in a streamlined system. It's out there and there's so much information out there that the negative to that is that it's overwhelming. You have one person telling you you should write your notes with pen and paper. You have another person saying, no, you should definitely type out your notes. You have another person saying flashcards are like the number one thing that you need to do. And then another person saying, oh, never do flashcards, just highlight your book. There's so much conflicting information out there, and there is an overwhelming amount of information out there that what happens is you get so overwhelmed that you either try everything and get frustrated because it's not working, or you get so overwhelmed with all the information that you don't even bother applying any of it. So what study school does for you is I've done all the research for you. I spent a whole summer focusing just on reading the research and not just books, but actual studies and articles done by neuroscientists and learning experts. I've read literally like almost every study book that's out there. And then what I've done is I tried all of them for you. I tried it all out with my own classes, with what I was going through. And I figured out quickly which ones were a complete waste of time and which ones are the real deal that if I used it time and time again, it produced the same result. And that was A's and B's on my exams, A's and B's on my papers, A's and B's in my classes. So it's no secret. What I'm teaching isn't a secret. You can go and you can find all this information, but I want you to ask yourself, do you have the time, the money, the resources? Are you willing to fail along the way while you figure out what works and what doesn't? Because that's what I ultimately did. I was willing to use myself as a guinea pig, extend the process of me graduating so that I could actually figure out what great students do. So if that's something that you're willing to do, by all means, there's a video on my YouTube channel where I share a lot of the books that I use. I'd be happy to send you a list of the things that I looked at. I'd be happy to give you all this information. But unless you're willing to streamline it, unless you're willing to apply it and figure it out for yourself, unless you're willing to be committed to going through a trial and error and failing exams and classes along the way, I recommend that you enroll in study school where someone has done that process for you and is giving you the exact plan that you can use to get A's and B's without going through the hassle of trying to figure out what works. So the second question that I have been getting is, will this actually work for me? So my simple answer to that is yes. My commitment is to bring you the very best of what works in getting better grades. So as new research comes out, I will be sharing that. As I learn different strategies to prepare for exams and to write papers and to talk and communicate and into developing your mindset, I'll be sharing all of that to help you dominate your college experience. And I don't recommend anything that I have not tried myself and or had other students tried as well with successful results. I don't share things haphazardly. My integrity matters to me. What I share matters to me. What comes out of my mouth matters to me. So I will never tell you to do something that I have not tried myself or have tried with other students and gotten repeatedly successful results with. And that is my promise to you. So then the other question that I have been getting in my email inbox is, okay, so I'm not a traditional student. I don't live on campus. School isn't my number one priority. I am a mom, or I'm a student who works full time, or I still live at home with my parents and there's a lot of distractions. Is this going to work for me since I'm not a traditional student who can dedicate all of their time to school? The answer is yes. Number one, because even students who just go to school full-time don't focus on their studies full-time. And two, is because when I applied all these strategies, when I got a 3.8 GPA, when I went through this whole study process thing, I was working 30 plus hours, 2 jobs. I was working full-time. I wasn't living on campus. I was commuting to and from school. So I'm living proof that this will work for someone who isn't a traditional student. And I have testimonials from moms of like 4 kids who also worked and went to school full-time, who have used my strategies and been able to cut their study time in half, allowing them more time to spend with their kids, spend with their husband, go on date nights, do different things like that. So yes, it will work even if you're not a traditional student. The next question is if I'm offering payment plans, because the cost of study school is $297. And so some people have been saying, I definitely want to enroll, but I want to be able to pay to split up the payments. So the answer to that is yes. So there are 2 different ways that you can enroll in study school. There is the study school normal version where you go through the process with me. You go through all 6 weeks. You're handing in homework assignments. You're completing the challenges. I'm giving you feedback, and all of this is helping you to stay on track and not procrastinate as you go through your semester. And then there's another option, which is called the Study School Honor Society, where you get bi-weekly phone calls with me, personalized help, personalized attention, and that is $450. For each one, there is a payment plan option. For the regular study school, it's $297, and you can break up those payments into 3 monthly payments of $99. With the Study School Honor Society, you can pay the $450 up front. That way you don't have to worry about it. Or you can break it up into 4 monthly payments of $112.50. You do have to request that you want a payment plan for the Study School Honor Society. Regular study school, you just click on the button and it automatically puts you into that monthly payment, okay? So that's an option that I'm giving to you to make this more affordable, to make it more accessible for you to be able to get this information in a way that is not stressing your budget, right? And so at this time, we do not offer longer payment plans than the 3 to 4 month options. Let's see, what other question? Let me take a sip of my water. So what if I can't make some or any of the live calls? Now, Study School is a live workshop, and the reason why it's a live workshop is because I find it best when students can apply the information, when they have someone there holding them accountable, when they can get feedback, because the only way that we can improve is to get feedback, is to have a feedback loop where someone's taking a look and saying, okay, you need to adjust this a little bit, go back and try it again. That's how we learn. That's a great study environment. So I wanted to create a study environment that was going to set you up for the most amount of success this semester. So the lessons are hosted live, and then we're going to have a live study hall where you can come and bring your questions on papers, or if you want to practice writing your notes together, or if you have questions about how you should break up different assignments, or how to have a conversation with your professor if maybe you missed an exam or you need an extension on your paper and you want to practice having that dialogue. There are many different things that we can do together. If you need a study partner, that'll all be done in study hall. But what happens if you can't make it live? Well, there is a password protected version of the Study School website that you'll get access to, and so everything will be recorded and placed there later so that you can watch. If you have a specific question that you want answered, you just submit it before the call, and I'll make sure to answer it on the call. And so any materials that go along with that questions, you'll have to shoot it over to me as well, so that I can specifically help you with your situation, with your academic question, even if you can't make it live because you have a class during the time that the study hall is hosted, or you're going to be at work that day. So you'll still have access to all the material. You're not going to miss out on anything. I'm going to make sure that your questions are answered, even if you can't make it live. And so those were the most frequently asked questions that I have been receiving about Study School. I'm going to hop on over to my Facebook page because I don't see any of the comments showing up on my computer screen. So I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything like I was the other day where the comments weren't showing up. So just bear with me 1 second. Sure that I'm not missing anything like I was the other day where the comments. Let me lower the volume here. So Ellie says, hi Clarissa, I'm taking Chemistry 101, Biology, Math, Linear Algebra, and Computer Science 101. I'm kind of nervous since this is my first year at uni and all of my friends are saying this is too much. Should I drop a class? I'm looking into transferring into engineering next year, so I do need a high GPA. So, okay, so my honest opinion is I think that you might be taking on a little bit too much. However, in the history of every student who has gone to college, have there been students who have taken this same amount of workload, Ellie? Yes. Have there been students with this same amount of workload have seen success? Yes. So the only person that is the true decision maker who can honestly say whether or not this is too much is you. And one of the only ways you're going to be able to figure that out is to go through the process, is to go through and see how the semester goes. And if it goes extremely well, then you know that you can handle this workload. And if it doesn't, then you know that the next semester you need to adjust. You need to not take so many hard courses at once. So my advice is there are always going to be people who succeed with hard courses, and there are always going to be people who fail with hard courses, taking them all at the same time. What makes the difference is the strategy and how each student approaches it. So if you don't have strong study skills, if you don't have strong time management skills, you might struggle with this kind of a workload. And so you want to set yourself up in a way where you don't get bogged down, stressed out, trying to complete everything with this strong of a STEM major type of workload. And one of the things that can help you with that is Study School if you wanted to come on and join the class of 2017. The girls that are in this round of Study School are freaking amazing. I am so excited to work with these girls. A lot of them have chosen to go the study school honor society route. So a lot of us have already had one-on-one calls, and I've gotten to meet these girls, and they make my heart like, oh, when you're in, you're going to see the environment, the vibes, the feel of everyone in this round of study school is amazing. You're going to be super inspired and super motivated, and all of you are going to freaking kick butt this semester. Anyone else have questions regarding study school at all? Questions specific to study schools? Study school, not study schools, because there aren't multiple, just mine. Any questions? I'm going to look down at my phone because, again, the comments aren't showing on my computer screen. Ellie, did that answer your question? I hope it did. I'll wait a couple more minutes. If no one has any questions, I'm going to cut this short. I only want to keep you on as long as I need to. I'm going to refresh the page one more time. So if you have questions specific to study school, go ahead and enter it in the comments, and I will be happy to answer it. I've already answered 4 or 5 of the most frequently asked questions that I've been getting in my email inbox today about study school. So once this live stream is over, this recording of everything will be available for you to rewatch, so that you can see if some of your questions were answered. And you can always email me at clarissa@girlbudgetlife.com, or message me in the comments here on this live stream once it gets posted. Okay, perfect. So it doesn't look like anyone else has any questions, so I am going to call it a night. On my YouTube page tonight at 7 p.m., I'm going to be interviewing Vi, which is a girl that I had the pleasure of working with last semester, and she's going to be sharing her college success story after working with me, and how she is an ADH student who had failed out of her nursing program and was really struggling with learning how to study, and this semester has increased her grade by 10%. Last semester, when she had failed out of her program, she could not pass one exam. This semester, her first exam, she got an 85. So these strategies work, and if you want to hear her story, that'll be told over on my YouTube channel, which you can find at Clarissa. No, I lied to you. You can find at youtube.com/Clarissa198. Have a good night, guys. Bye.